on January 30th of 2019, I was at home having a regular day. My little son wanted an icy. So, Mom, go get me an icy. So I left my house like any other day around 4 o'clock to go get an icy from the gas station. And I remember all of that. I left the gas station, I got in my car, I put it on cruise control, and I'm heading down the road, and I ended up having a stroke, which caused me to pass out in my vehicle. And I ended up flipping my car into a ditch. And I lacerated my spleen, causing me to bleed internally. There was 2 high school students that got to my car first, and they were working with another Good Samaritan that they hooked my car up to like a cinch, so to speak, and they were talking to me, and they're asking me if we pull the car this way, is it helping? And I would kind of give them a thumbs up or thumbs down, to tell them if it was helping or not helping, because I was kind of being crushed between a concrete barrier and my car. So they hooked my car up and they held my car in a position that helped take some of the pressure off of me. And then they were screaming for help. So 2 high school students, they were screaming for help, and there were some bystanders that didn't want to help. They said I was already gone, to leave me there. But there was an Army sergeant that was able to jump out of her car. She didn't hesitate. She said she jumped out. She actually tumbled down the hill, because there was a hill to get to me. And she flung open my driver's side door and jumped in, and she held my head out of water because I was drowning in the little bit of water that happened to be in the ditch. I happened to be in it. I remember not a thing. So I can only tell you what what the paramedics have communicated back to me. And they were trying to use the jaws of life to get me out. And he said once I stopped communicating, at that point it was, there's no more time for jaws of life. So they busted out my back window, and they put the gurney into my car. And at that point, he said I was already gone, so the matter of breaking my back any further was not a concern anymore. They were just going to put me on the gurney and get me out. Once they got me into the ambulance, thankfully it was 1 unit of 7 that responded to my accident that had whole blood. And immediately they got whole blood started on me as soon as they got me into the ambulance, and the Lucas, and that's the CPR machine. And once the whole blood went into me, so it took approximately 3 minutes. Once the whole blood cycled all the way through me, I woke up. And it's amazing. And the paramedics, I visit them often, and listening to their story and how I actually scared them is a little bit comical. They said, you woke up and you just scared us half to death. So I'm one of the first people to, survive after traumatic arrest, thankfully, to whole blood. And, talking to the doctors, I really had a 0% chance of survival without it. I honestly think that I am here for a reason. And, receiving the blood, like you said, it was 3 months after. So you implemented it in October 2018. I received the blood in January of 2019. And being 1 ambulance out of 7 in San Antonio that actually made it to me, and I had to crash during rush hour traffic, they were telling me. But for them to be able to get there and save me, God has a plan for me. And if that plan is me telling my story and getting more people encouraged to donate or understanding the impact they have of donating, then maybe that's what I'm here for, because I believe that I do have a purpose. My name is Tiffany, and I want to thank you for donating your blood. Your donation is saving lives.